right, welcome to the Lowdown, brought to you by Unibet. I'm Dev Sahni, and joining me is the British Middleweight Champion who is defending his crown against, well, a guy who's a big fan favourite. And Denzel Bentley, this is big business. You are taking on Nathan Heaney, November 18th in Manchester. Tell me how you're feeling.
Yeah, man, I feel good, man. I'm excited. So for me, this big fight, he sells loads of tickets. It's bringing a lot of attraction. The feedback so far has been very good. It's been amazing. The whole card is sick, to be honest. So looking forward to it, man. I'm excited to be out again. And yeah, man, Nathan Heaney is a good fighter, man. So it'll be an entertaining fight while it lasts.
While it lasts, he says. How long's it going to last?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I think Heaney's tougher than we all kind of give him credit for. So yeah, I won't be surprised if people think it goes if it goes longer than people will expect it to. I think Heaney's tough. You can't overlook him. I mean, he's a fighting man. For him to even take this fight when he probably doesn't need to, I mean, it just says a lot about him, doesn't it?
So you think you can survive a few rounds, Denzel?
Yeah, I can survive just a few. Yeah.
I mean, look, this is this fight for him, the British middleweight title, has really been his dream for quite a long time. It feels like a big moment in his career. You have boxed for a world title. How do you consider this fight on your end? How are you treating it?
That's what I'm saying. That's why I can't overlook this. I can't allow someone. It's harsh, but I can't allow someone to achieve their lifelong goals off the back of my career. You know what I mean? I mean, if it's not me, I wish him all the best, but it's me. So it's him or me, do you know what I mean? And I've got to progress and move forward. So I'm taking this really serious. This is my ticket to a world title fight, and this is his world title fight. So I'm taking this just as serious as he is. I'm gonna be in great shape for this fight. I mean, yeah, man. I'm gonna put on an explosive performance just because of the tension on this fight. I mean, it's going to be intense because he's going to be training his heart off for this, and this is what he wants to achieve in his life. And if I fall short in here, I can't achieve what I want to achieve in life. So I'm not taking this lightly at all.
You've been around him a couple of times. Just at the weekend when we were commentating, he came over and said hello. Like, how does he shape up to you? What do you make of him?
Yeah, I mean, he's a little bit taller than me. Yeah, he's probably quite big for a middleweight, but that don't really mean much, does it? I mean, it's about skill. I mean, we're both going to weigh the same on the night. Whoever hydrates the most the next day. I'm not really ever bothered by that. But yeah, I mean, I think yeah, he's a little bit taller than me, but I don't think he's bigger than me frame wise, but he is taller than me.
What do you make of him as a fighter?
That's what I'm saying. I think he's a good fighter. I mean, he showed a lot in that Jack Flatley fight. He frustrated him, landed some good shots, and he won that clearly. It wasn't like a tight decision where it's like, oh, I don't think he won. The judges done him a favor. I think he won that fight clearly. I think he boxed and moved the guard to a rhythm that Flatley couldn't break. He's making Flatley fall short. He's frustrating him, moving his head. He has some good head movement in that fight. And I think because he's quite stiff, people underestimate him, pardon me, and they think he's not that good. But I think he's quite decent. I think he knows how to box. I mean, he's been doing it for a long time. He's got to know how to box. You know what I mean? But I just think I'm more powerful. I think I'm more powerful. I think I'm sharper, and I think I've got a better punch selection. That's why I favour myself in this fight.
Well, I was just about to ask you, in what areas do you feel like you actually have the edge over him? It sounds like they're very, very key areas, Denzel.
Yeah, no, most definitely. I mean, if I'm sharp, I'm going to beat him to the punch. If I'm more powerful, I'm going to hurt him when I hit him. And if I've got a better punch selection, there'll be shots coming from everywhere. So, I mean, it'll be entertaining. I'm just looking to put on a show.
He's got that WBA bauble as well, which I saw the press release. You like the look of that belt. You want that, didn't you?
Yeah, no, I do, man. I do. I've never actually ever boxed for none of these international titles that everyone's getting. I mean, it'll be practice for me when I'm looking at my real world title to have one of them titles. All right, just what they look like. All right, cool, no problem. I'm gonna get the real one now. But it's a nice belt. I'm happy it's on the line as well. So it's another little accolade. I mean, the British title is obviously the main belt in this fight, but that'd be nice to take home. Do you know what I mean? So it's good.
Are you surprised this fight's happening?
I mean, I'm not. I am and I'm not. I mean, I'm happy it's happening, but it's like, okay, fair play to you, man. But Heaney's a fighting man. I don't think he's the type to turn down a fight. I mean, his team and his management would obviously, do what's best for him, but I think he's actually up to fight anyone, if I'm being honest. I mean, I see him over a couple of weeks ago call like Chris Eubank Jr. Do you know what I mean? And that's not an easy fight for anyone. So someone like him to call out Chris Eubank Jr. It just shows that he's actually willing to fight anyone. Do you know what I mean? Because someone of that level, you'd think, oh, Eubank just wipes the floor with him, but he's up to fight him. I mean, obviously it's a big payday for anyone that fights him, but apart from that, he sells loads of tickets anyway, so it's not an issue for him.
And in terms of your career and your sort of development, again, challenging for a world title, which I'm sure that is the plan here. What does a win over Nathan Heaney mean to Denzel Bentley?
It's another win. It's another win. It's another move. It's a move. It's another step in the right direction. It moves me forward. It gets me ranked with a WBA because he has that one of the international belts. Which has also made me closer to a world title with the WBA. I'm only ranked to the WBC and the WO, which are two great governing bodies, but I want to be ranked in all four. And this is a step to get me ranked in a third one. And then I need to be ranked in an IBF after. And then get my hands in a world title. If I can get my hands in a world title before that, hey, I'm more than happy. But it's just sort of step in the right direction. And I mean, it's a good profile fight as well. Do you know what I mean? He sells loads of tickets. There'll be loads of eyes, and it's a great show. So there's going to be loads of eyes on that show. So on that card. So it's a good profile fight. I mean, if I put on a performance and show what I can do, then it gets a lot of people following my career as well.
Well, look, he's going to have a lot of fans there, like in the thousands. He does a bucket load of tickets.
Yeah.
They're all going to be singing Delilah. They're all going to be pretty hostile as well. Are you looking forward to that?
Yeah, most definitely, man. I mean,
I knew you would be.
It's an amazing atmosphere, man. I ain't really been in an atmosphere like that yet, but I think I'm looking forward to it. I mean, I like that. I mean, the crowd can't fight for you, so I just like to hear their reaction after, I beat their man, and and then I'm my hands raised, and I like to see if they're gonna be cheering at my performance or be getting mad or boo me and upset that their man just got beat.
Do you think you can turn some Stokies into Denzel Bentley fans?
You know what? I hope so. I mean, some of them are boxing fans, but I don't know how much of boxing fans they are. They might just be Heaney fans. I don't know if they're actual boxing fans. If they're boxing fans, then they should appreciate my performance and become Denzel Bentley fans. But if they're just Heaney fans, they might want to kill me when I leave the venue. So I've got to be careful.
Well, I'd imagine you'll have plenty of security with you if that is the case. I spoke to Nathan Heaney earlier. He rates you. Obviously, look, he thinks you're a good fighter. And when I asked him if he's seen any weaknesses in you, he actually said no. He hasn't seen any. So, like, in terms of him,
he might not be giving nothing away.
Could be one of them. Do you want to give something away? Have you seen any weaknesses in Nathan Heaney? What have you seen, Denzel? Come on, give me something.
You know, it's hard to spot weaknesses in him because there isn't much he tries to do apart from what he's being told. Do you know what I mean? Like, you don't ever see him trying to overdo it, like box beyond his ability. So he always looks, fairly good. But I mean, you just have to see how he holds his shape in the later rounds. If we get that far, how he hold his shape. Does he get tired? Does he start falling apart? And all these things. There's the things I've got to look at while we're in the fight. You know what I mean? But other than that, it's hard to judge someone on, their abilities when they box according to their abilities, and which is why he's successful this far. Do you know what I mean? He's not trying to overdo it and do something that he ain't capable of, which is why he hasn't taken a loss in his career. He does what needs to be done, and he gets the win. So, like I said, I think he's a good fighter, and I think he's a better fighter than everyone kind of gives him credit for. So, I think it'll be a good fight, man. But you lot know me, man. I mean, you look at my last 5 fights and you ask me these questions, I've always said I'm going for the knockout. So, I think I'll be successful in stopping him still. It's not just because it's Heaney, but that's just the route I've decided to take. I mean, my power's real, and I've accepted it now. So I'll be going for knockouts.
Could it be a quick fight? Could it be a quick fight, Denzel?
It could be, because the way I box is just different. Do you know what I mean? I mean, like, if I catch him early, then he could go, just like Kieran Smith. I didn't expect Kieran Smith to be a quick fight. I thought I was going to go like 5-6 rounds, but I caught him early, and that was it. He went. So, I mean, in this fight, if it's one of those cases, but I don't think he's going to fall into much shots. So I might have to just try and figure him out first before I break him down. But either way, man. I don't know if it'll be. I like it to be a quick night because it's all nice and easy in it. But if it goes a few rounds or it goes a distance, I'm not really bothered. I'll be more than prepared for, whatever fight I have to fight that night.
At this point, Denzel, do you feel like a world champion in waiting? Because I look at this middleweight division and it is crying out for someone to just come along and get hold of it. Are you the man to do that?
Yeah, I feel like I'm world champion in weighting, most definitely. And I'm one of those guys as well. When I do get my hands in the world title, I'll be willing to fight all these other guys to unify. I mean, I'll go to their side if need. Do you know what I mean? We can make things happen over here. I mean, I'm always up for a fight. There isn't a fight that I've turned down. There isn't a fight that I don't want. I mean, I'm not one of these guys that's always like, nah, when it makes sense, or let's go around this way, let's take this route, or yeah, nah, they're not big enough. Nah, man. I mean, if you got a world title and I've got a world title and it's time to unify, let's make it happen. We can make something happen. I'm never trying to dodge a fight or find a way to look pretty, or do you know what I mean? I'm always up for a fight, regardless of who or where it is. So yeah, man, when I get my hands on the world title, I think, there'll be a lot of big fights, man, because I'm always down to fight.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. Okay, well, Denzel, look, brilliant fight. Can't wait for it. Yourself against Nathan Heaney, AO Arena, Manchester, November 18th, live on TNT Sports. Tell the fans something they can expect from this fight. Tell them.
The fans can expect an explosive performance from myself. They can expect fireworks. They can expect a brutal performance, like a brutal performance. I'm going to be in amazing shape. I'm making sure that, and I'm going to make sure I'm not I'm not making anyone second guess my abilities of becoming a world champion. I need to clean the floor with Heaney. It's not going to be an easy task, but I'm going to make sure, I'm in shape to do so and, produce an explosive performance.
And have you got a message for Nathan Heaney, who I'm sure is watching?
Yeah, man. Thanks for taking the fight. Hope you turn up in shape, healthy, no injuries, nothing, and let's make a great fight, man. Let's give the fans a night to remember.